business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and the position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Please specify the resolution you are referring to in your question.
Evelyn Slaughter, 43 Thunderhead Place. Just had a quick question about the donations of the tablets at JK and George Washington, and I just wanted to get a clear understanding of what the tablets are going to be utilized for.
I'm not exactly sure. I can find out specifics for you, and we can share that at our next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Schoen is not here this evening. We are going to further the superintendent's report. Unless you have something else that you'd like to say in her stead?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. We have Kyle, business administrators.
I think as I get everything ready, Dennis, if you start with the assistant superintendent's report, because some of what he has to say is a lead into the presentation.
Sure. You'll notice under personnel, we have agenda item A. We have a retirement, Miss Robin Canetti over at JK. She's someone who takes tremendous pride in her work as the library media specialist. And in the Library Media Center, since it's ever evolving, it's changed from the Dewey Decimal System to online research and coding. The new look of the Media Center is something that Ms. Canetti has worked tirelessly in putting forth and is a product that Mahwah can be proud to call their own. Ms. Canetti continuously searches for opportunities to partner with grade level teachers in order to create optimal learning experiences. And Ms. Canetti has also forged a partnership with the MSF and Books, Bites, and Beyond, which has afforded the students of Joyce Kilmer School the opportunity to meet and work with world-renowned best-selling authors as well. JK appreciates all that Robin has done for the school and wishes her nothing but the best in her retirement. The last piece to preface Kyle's budget presentation this evening, just wanted to review very briefly what's gone into the consideration for staffing for the 16-17 school year. We've looked at student enrollment, we've looked at student needs, we've looked at student IEPs and accommodations, we've consulted with our Director of Curriculum, Christine Zimmerman, Lisa Rizzo, our Director of Special Services, as well as our Child Study Team and Building Principals. And through the culmination of these discussions, we've determined some pieces for next year's staffing.
Can everybody see okay, or do I need to dim the lights? Oh, thank you, Counselor Zimmerman. Okay, so this is part 2 of the presentation regarding the 16-17 preliminary budget. First part was 2 weeks ago when I discussed what the overall revenue coming in is going to be, as well as the potential tax impact of the preliminary budget. So now I'm going to briefly go over staffing benefits and the portion of the preliminary budget that is allocated to those areas. Overall, for the 16-17 preliminary budget, staffing and benefits is going to comprise about 69% of the operating budget. 53%, or roughly $33,514,000, is going to represent salaries. That's salaries across the board for all categories: teachers, administrators, support personnel, paraprofessionals, our transportation department and drivers, athletics, maintenance, and custodial as well. The other remaining 16% is attributed to employee benefits. Again, these are any benefits that are contractual benefits, inclusive of health and prescription, dental benefits for staff, workers' comp, social security, and pension payments that are on behalf of the Board of Education. As Dennis has said, we had many conversations over the past several weeks and months leading up to potential or anticipated budget needs for next year. Some of those are going to be some anticipated reductions to staff, that being 5 non-instructional paraprofessionals, 3 Rampart Ridge content area positions, 2 elementary positions, grade level positions, 2 remedial positions, again at the elementary K-3 level. In addition to those, we have some additions. Some additions are going to be a special ed teacher at George Washington School, as well as a special ed at Joyce Kilmer. Staying at Joyce Kilmer, we see the need, looking at enrollment and the population that's going to be coming into Joyce Kilmer, a need for a self-contained teacher, as well as a social worker to serve the Joyce Kilmer population. At Rampart Ridge, a cycle teacher would be introduced, and to help complement the technology initiative that we are bringing in next year, a technology assistant to bring in district-wide to again help complement the staff already. Those are the staffing and benefit portion of the budget for next year. Going on along with the calendar, part 3, in a few weeks is going to be a review of non-personnel line items as well as some capital projects. And May 4th is going to be the final hearing on the 16-17 budget, as well as the adoption of that budget will be held that evening. Any questions at all from the board?
Did you get any feedback from the county on the first presentation?
Yes, the preliminary budget was submitted to the county office 2 weeks ago, right after the presentation. We received it back from them. They had a few minor changes, a little bit additional explanation they wanted on a few items. Other than that, they were very happy with everything that was submitted, and it passed their review.
Can you just go back one slide so I can just add
Sure,
one?
of course.
One piece. The Rampart Ridge Cycles teacher, this comes out as sort of an anomaly, which is why I wanted to bring this up. Because we know that we've had a bubble of students going through the grades and we've been reducing at Rampart Ridge. As a result of that, we've been shrinking and shrinking in terms of the teachers. But there's been a need since we still have cycles teachers. So we have content area teachers who take on a cycle class, and right now there's a need to have a teacher in place to satisfy those cycles. So that's why we have the addition there. A cycle is one of our research classes, our lit lab classes, our study skills classes, which is part of the curriculum at Rampart Ridge. No problem.
Ms. Curry.
The reduction in paras, what school was that at, and does that have to do with the addition of some of the special ed and self-contained personnel?
The reduction in those staff members is we want to use them in other ways right now. We're still looking at who those paraprofessionals are in terms of movement, but we'd like to maximize how we use all of our paraprofessionals.
Okay. Thank you very much.
This evening, I would like to mention jazz band musicians that earned first chair. Congratulations go out to Kevin Kim and Justina Kender for earning first chair positions in the NJAJE Region 1 Jazz Band. That concert will be held at Emerson High School on Sunday, April 17th at 3 o'clock p.m. Congratulations. Okay, board committee reports. Does anyone have any committee reports this evening for us?
For policy, we have 15J. We have the second reading and adoption of our board committee bylaw.
Thank you, Rick. Anyone else this evening? Good, thank you. Board member remarks and additional comments? Non-agenda items? Okay, thank you. Now we have old business. Minutes. We have a motion. Rick De Silva, Ms. Curry, second.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
Mr. Salderini.
Yes.
Ms. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo.
Abstain.
Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Denise.
Yes.
And Ms. Barry.
Yes. New business. Other, I'd like to take A through T. May I have a motion to proceed? Mr. Gallo. And second, please. Mr. Salderini.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes on all items except for 15A, check number 81608.
Thank you. Mr. Salderini?
Yes.
Ms. Curry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Yes.
Mr. De Silva?
Yes.
Mr. Denise?
Yes.
And Ms. Barron?
Yes. Under new business, I'd like to take A through, I believe it's J? K through K, thank you very much. I have a motion to proceed. Mr. D'Angelo and Mr. De Silva second. Yes.
Quick on 16A. I had the opportunity, I guess about 2 weeks ago, to talk to Ms. Kennedy about some of the projects that she's doing, one of them in particular, the Project Challenge Kids, and some of the stuff that she comes up with, and the programs that she's running. The one that she was telling me about in particular was to learn about stocks and entrepreneurialism and running a business, talking about how the kids are required to sell stocks for a company that they're going to have, right? And then they have to come up with a product, they manufacture that product, then they sell them, they pay back their stockholders, and they take the rest of the money to, to donate to charity. And just all the moving parts in that, all the things that can be learned just in that one project, I thought was really cool. And it's just some really neat stuff that she does. They're going to be big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the third meeting in a row that I'm saying that for for somebody that we're losing. I know we have a great staff that can step up behind her, but definitely big shoes
Wonderful,
to
she's a
fill.
great asset,
Yeah.
really.
I want to add something to that effect also. I worked with her when I was on the HSO and the MSF, and she loves that library and is very possessive of it. I remember at the book fair, she didn't like it when the kids bought posters. She wanted them to buy books. She's a real librarian.
She will be sorely missed, she really will. Thank you. Okay, we'll go through J, roll call please, thank you.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes.
Mr. Salderini?
Yes.
Ms. Curry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Yes.
Mr. De Silva?
Yes.
Mr. Denise?
Yes.
And Ms. Barron?
Yes. This portion of our meeting are public questions or comments. Note that this section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Anyone? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, a motion to adjourn. Ms. Curry, Mr. Silva. Thank you very much. I want to thank everyone for attending this evening.
If I didn't get the meeting.
Did you go to the speech?
I would take